The Super Bowl can feel like the centre of the sporting universe. Between the weeks-long build-up, the flashbulbs which light up the stadium while the opening kickoff hangs in the air, and the world-famous recording artist who plays to an audience of millions at half-time, the event has an aura of unquantifiable size. But just how does it compare with the World Cup? Well, in America, it's enormous. Super Bowl 56, which saw the Los Angeles Rams defeat the Cincinnati Bengals, was relatively unremarkable in viewership terms. And yet, across the various broadcasting platforms, the game totaled a viewership in excess of 112 million. That represented a rise on the previous year, but it was still significantly short of the 172 million viewers attracted by Super Bowl 51, in which the New England Patriots enacted a stunning comeback against the Atlanta Falcons. But 2022 still described the event's penetration. According to Nielsen data published by NFL.com, 90% of all people using a television in the United States during the event on February the 13th, 2022 were watching Super Bowl 56. So while it has its ups and downs, the Super Bowl dominates its market. By adjusting its estimates to include different sized viewing parties, Nielsen calculated that roughly 208 million people watched the most recent Super Bowl, a figure roughly two-thirds the size of the United States population. But while that describes its local presence and doesn't incorporate the between 30 to 50 million viewers who watched from outside the US, expressing that viewership as a percentage of the global population of 8 billion provides important context, and also shows that the World Cup is on an entirely different scale. In 2018, 3.6 billion people watched the tournament. Across the 64 games played in Russia, the average per-match television audience was 194 million. Essentially, on a viewership basis alone, that equates to 64 Super Bowls within a month. According to FIFA's estimates, the total audience across all games and ceremonies in 2022 is expected to rise significantly and exceed 5 billion. That would be greater than the 3.6 billion who watched the 2012 Olympic Games in London, or the 3.2 who tuned in to watch the Rio Games 4 years later. But the final itself has a staggeringly high audience, and as a single one-off game is really the only direct comparison with the Super Bowl. In 2010, 909.6 million people worldwide watched Spain beat the Netherlands, an audience more than 14 times the size of the two countries' collective population. In 2014, that figure rose again, with 1.01 billion viewers tuning in to see Germany defeat Argentina after extra time. And that number grew further in 2018, with 1.1 billion people across the world seeing France defeat Croatia in Russia. It's an upward trend which captures the growth of the event, but also the tournament's truly global nature and the final's imperviousness to the identity or size of the countries taking part. In that regard, it's a spectacle and an event without comparison. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic brings you the best sports journalism in the world in a personalised experience, connecting you with the stories and teams that you care about the most. There's coverage of 13 sports, plus direct access to world-class journalists through live Q&As, discussions and podcasts. And you can try it now for free for 30 days by clicking the link in the description.